Welcome everyone to another episode of the warm up. I'm here with the full squad today. It's me, Emancipated Chris. We got Kev, RL, Reg in the building. We also have Mr. Undrafted again. He's still undrafted. Nobody wants him, but he's here.
Damn,
so we're just trying to
like
support.
a personal hit. That's kind of.
Well, I mean,
that hurt. That's a stinger.
That's a path. That's a path.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Even you're an orphan right now. We're just trying to get you into the fold, try to make you more of a productive citizen. So, by hanging around us adults. But anyways, this is a place.
Are you adding yourself into the adult list?
Well, I'm trying to emancipate you. That's why my name is Emancipated Chris. Trying to get your mind free. Anyway, say what's up to the people who are logged in and who are checking in for this episode, guys.
Oh, what's up?
Hey, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing tonight?
Cool. Cat got your tongue. Got it. All right. Well, again, if this is your first time listening to us, man, we talk about sports, current events, and things in between. Through the lens of black culture, man. Catch us every Wednesday until further notice on your favorite podcast platform on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, hit the like, subscribe, tell a friend if you like what you hear. You know what I'm saying? Comment. We'd be more than happy to get back to you with the comments. Anything's appreciated, even critiques. So do all that if you're on the audio side, like Spotify or Apple Podcasts or Google, any of those things. Again, give your 5 stars, hit the notification, follow, subscribe. Again, engage with us on there, and we'll definitely appreciate it. And it'll definitely help the algorithm push us up so we can get more eyes on us. So in the meantime, you can always check us out on social medias, the Twitter, the Instagram at @the_warmup_pod. We also have a Reddit at Grindhouse NTWK. We have a Discord where you can come in. It's a forum for people to kind of join for free and discuss sports and unrelated things as well. And that's at Grindhouse Network, two whole words. And again, that's sociable in the public domain. Anything else I'm missing? I think that's it. TikTok, but it was a the.warmup.pod. We only got one TikTok though. We only got one tick, right?
No, it's more than one.
Okay, we got
it's more ticks.
All right, we got a lot of ticks. I don't know how many talks we got. I don't know if there's like a TikTok pairing.
There's a whole thing. There's a tick in the top.
Okay.
We got enough for a tick in the top.
And we got a lot to talk about tonight too.
Yeah, we do. So check us out there.
Stop hogging the mic.
You want to do the intro?
I know, right?
You want to do the intro?
Oh,
okay. All right, man. See, again, I'm trying to emancipate your mind, bro. But anyways,
sit back and hoop, bro. I got this.
Anyways, man, TikTok, catch us at the.warmup.pod. So follow us there. And check us out there as well. Anything else you guys want to add?
Nah, man, you hit all the notes as per usual.
Cool.
I hope y'all enjoyed this episode.
Cool. Hey, man.
Random side note, I saw Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Great movie, man. Go see it.
Is it better than Creed?
Yes. I don't know how you compare the two, but to answer your question.
I'm glad you, because my mind was frozen. How we connect those dots, I don't know. We off the rails. Bro.
So y'all saying Creed is not comparable to Guardians of the Galaxy?
Is it the threes? What's the association?
It's three.
Thanks, Kev.
They're two different, but yes, Guardians 3 is better than Creed 3.
Okay, all right. What about Wakanda Forever?
That's not even a 3.
All right.
You're throwing stuff in there now.
I was just asking. I just don't know. So let's just go.
Is it better than The Color Purple next? I mean, where are you going with this?
The remix with Janelle Monáe?
They did another Color Purple?
Is it a remix?
Yeah.
No, they
did.
No.
They're doing one.
They are doing one.
Yeah, what you call it? The girl from the girl who plays the fish in the sea, the Little Mermaid. Yeah, she's in it.
My guy said the fish.
Okay.
I couldn't remember.
You know.
I couldn't remember.
Halle Bailey.
Yeah, I think she's doing Whoopi's role.
Oh,
I was about
okay.
to say she must be a method actor. How you play a fish?
I mean, she literally played. Did she not play a fish?
A mermaid a little bit different from a fish, but I'm gonna let you cook.
A little bit, yeah.
They have a fin. They breathe on the water. I mean, what else you need?
Guardian Galaxy and Creed both got 3s in it.
Okay, all right.
You don't want to connect to that, bro.
That's where we at. That's where we at.
Put that together.
Is that type of night.
I'm glad we all agree. We're on the same accord now. So let's get right into it, man. We can jump right into these topics, man. The first hot topic of the evening is, man, look, man. Look, the Ja report. We're gonna start call all of the scandals of the NBA is gonna be called the Ja report from now on until further notice, man. Because yeah, if you didn't know, the dude got caught again, dangling a gun. His crew claimed it was a toy gun on IG Live.
It was a gun-like object.
It was, yeah. This guy, you know. So, Adam Silver has kindly allowed for the NBA Finals to pass. He didn't want the disruptions to happen and stuff, to give the details that they found about this alleged gun incident again, right? So, but yeah, he definitely was, doing the little brandish, flashy in the middle of his little hippity hop songs. And, he got to pay for it now. So Adam Sandler released the information, said that, 25 games is the amount that, I know we talked about it before, like how many games should he get? I think I said like 30 or 40. 25 is where it landed. And I believe Kat was like, that's 10 times, the original amount. Because there's no precedent. Like, no one's out here just throwing guns out here on IG Live. But Josh the first to do it. So, anywho, Josh did his apology from, Chat GPT again.
Mm-hmm.
And Nike has decided to stay with him. So that's pretty good. They're going to stand by him in his Second Amendment right to, brandish guns. And he broke no laws. At all. So, let me know how y'all feel, man. What do y'all think, man? Is this too light of a sentence? Too much of a sentence? Is this just a good enough sentence? Also keeping in mind that the NBA Players Union are not happy with the amount of games that Ja has received. So
they thought it should have been more too.
They thought it should have been less.
Come on, man.
Like what number were they thinking?
Well, that's a good question. Okay, so
it might be one of those things where it's just like you throwing it out there just like to look like you supporting your guy, but you really don't believe it because you would have came up with it. Right?
It could be.
Because how can somebody learn and grow from like if y'all really the feedback, like what number you gotta put something in? We felt like it should have been 10 or 15. If you just saying we don't like it.
Yeah.
It's just noise.
So
they have to support them.
Yes.
Like their role. Yeah, they have to. Yeah.
This is the quote from the executive director, Tamika. I'm not going to mess up her name. I'm not going to go into the try, but I'm going to call her Tamika, Mrs. Tamika. So she did mention that in the statement that the suspension was excessive and inappropriate for a number of reasons, and it's not fair and consistent with past discipline in our league. That was the statement, right, from the NBA PA. So
I can't remember anybody else brandishing a gun in IG Live like multiple times.
That's true. That is also true.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is where we at. So is it too light, too much, just enough? What you think, man, Mr. Undrafted?
He did it the first time. Went and spoke to Adam Silver, his boss, in his face-to-face conversation. He apologized. He went to some vacation island or rehab to think about what he did, right? To contemplate. And he does it again after his rehab or whatever he called it. After talking to his boss and saying he understands the ramifications and stuff. And I'm pretty sure he talked to the Memphis Grizzlies organization. It appears as though he lied straight to their faces, right? I think that's what it appears to be. So it's very blatant. It's very purposeful. With that, you can't say it's a mistake. He knew he was on IG Live. Yeah, I think it's too light, bro. I think it's because of the steps that happened before. It's way too light.
Well, to be fair, I don't think he knew his friend was going to flash the IG Live at him in the middle of his gun
IG
dancing.
Live?
Yeah. I just.
Is this the term? The gun dancing?
That's what he was doing, man.
I don't know what you call it. I don't know. What would you call it?
I don't know. Is that the term? I don't know if I mixed out.
Yeah. I don't know.
I didn't know it was a new dance. Like, it's the Yosemite Sam. You got. 2A, you got 2A.
It could be the hey, there was a dance called the RoboCop. It could be the RoboCop, the new 2023 RoboCop.
God.
Hey.
So, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm just, I just kind of want to let that be known that it wasn't like he pointed the camera at himself. It was,
Correct.
it was quickly, briefly. No, not this time. Not this time.
Nah, but no, bro. Like they're dancing in the car. They're doing it. I don't know, the In My City thing, right? His friend is on. He's reading comments on IG Live, so he knows it's IG Live. He has to be aware, and he does it. I think that on top of everything else, man, like the alleged slapping of the kid, the alleged beating up of the security guard in the mall, the alleged pointing the laser at what team was that? I
The Indiana Pacers.
Yeah. There's a lot of alleged stuff with Ja, man. It adds up.
Okay.
So you're saying it's suitable for compounding all of those different situations? That's why you're saying it's suitable?
The same way like we talk about how refs handle like Draymond Green, totally different context, but Draymond set a precedent for things, suspensions and texts and things like that. Some refs are kind of quick trigger with him. Some give him a long leash because of who he is and the president of things. It's the same with Ja, man. I do think we're humans. All that builds up. I think it's crazy to say that it doesn't.
No, I hear you. Just making sure. That's what I'm understanding.
That's my assumption. Yeah.
Okay. So it's suitable. Is what you're trying to say, or he should get more.
He's saying he should get more.
He should get more, man, because he lied right to Adam's face, bro. Like he lied.
So are you
lied?
So are you doing the Marjorie Taylor Greene, like calling a liar and saying that they should get more, or because he lied?
Don't ever
and also, how much more?
MTG.
What?
Don't ever put me in the box of MTG.
Okay. All right.
That's disrespectful, bro.
What sentence do you think would have been appropriate?
Maybe because 30 just been floating around for so long. 30 or more. I think at least 30.
At least.
And I know it's just a difference of 5 games.
That's what I'm like.
Yeah, it's not that much, but at the bare minimum, 30, man. At the bare minimum, like 25 games. If David Stern was around, Ja wouldn't be playing for the whole season.
Come on, man.
Pull your pants up.
David Stern.
There's no precedent for what he did. There's no precedent. You can't say that.
Well, David would have suspended him for the entire season, man.
The entire season? Come on, man. Stop playing. Stop playing.
They say he made Jordan sit out, man. That's a rumor. Don't know if that's true, but I think David was hard, man.
He would have announced it like draft night too. The NBA suspends Ja Morant.
And would take the Grizzlies draft pick.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad it's not David Stern. So, all right, man. So 30 is your 30 or more. 31 is good for you. Minimum 30. Okay. All right. That's cool. Reg, man, you feel that's the same? 30 games or more, or do you feel like it's just right?
I don't know if it's just right, but I'm okay with it. I feel like it's significant. It's not as short as it was the first time. So you're going in the right direction. Increase the amount. I don't know what the right amount is, so I'm not going to on them. I don't know if the 5 games don't make a difference. I don't know if significantly more games would be right either. But there's a lot of components. I like the comparison he made with Draymond Green. Like, I'm thinking you curb stomp Sabonis allegedly, right? Whatever happened in that exchange, there was a lot of discourse there. If he were to do the same exact thing the next game, I wouldn't be as quick to have a discourse. I'd be like, now you're just doing too much. So I feel like it's been a relatively short amount of time between the last incident for this to happen again, whether it was an object that looks like a gun or whatever. The idea, the intent, what the NBA is trying to shy away from in the spirit of things, whether it's real or fake, is still the issue, right? I don't think it's specifically that you're waving a handgun, right? It's the fact that it looked like you were waving a hand. So that argument that it may have been doesn't really hold weight to me. I'm glad in the sense of it's safer for people involved, but it doesn't do anything else. So I'm gonna say 25 is okay with me, and we reevaluate from there.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know. John needs some AI or something that'll, whenever he's in the frame with a gun, it's
Blurs him out.
some Gaussian diffusion. Or he just need to have a Dr. Uma on his team to just, come and be a spokesman for him. Say, was it really a gun? Something like that. He just needs some, I don't know, he make some changes.
Okay. Get Dr. Umar on the case. All right, Kev. This is what I heard.
Man, I'm with Reg in the sense that it shouldn't be more. That's for sure. I'm kind of okay with it, but at the same time, the repeat offense. What do you really do in that case? Do you double the precedent that you've already set, which is 8 games? Do you triple it? Do you quadruple it? Like where do you really go from there? They decide to triple it because it's 25 games. It's a big step. It's a big leap. Understandably so, especially given that he said whatever he said in their face. But I'm also agreeing with you in the sense that I don't think he did it on purpose. I don't think he knew he was going to be on live, even though he could have been reading it, whatever. I hear what you're saying, but you see how quick it flashed, though. I think just the way it flashed, I think dude came to his senses and realized, oh man, my bad. I wouldn't be surprised if afterwards he was like, yo, that was my bad. I didn't mean to put the camera up on you. You were doing your thing. I should have known better.
Mm-hmm.
But still, though, his friend. No, his friend should have known better. He was doing whatever he was doing. Toy gun or not, whatever it may be. I don't know why he's doing it. So I'm still with you, Reg. Like, you shouldn't be putting yourself in the situation where it could even come close to that. Because you already tell yourself, hey, I'm not doing that no more. I'm not doing this flexing with my gun out, styling, flaunting. So whether it's on IG Live or not, I think that was a conversation, right? The conversation should have been, that's not what you're going to be doing out in the public or out wherever. You're changing that behavior, not that you're going to do it behind closed doors. So it doesn't really matter if it was or was not captured on IG Live. The fact is, he obviously didn't really went out and change his behavior. He didn't change the way he was approaching situations, which is really what we want to accomplish, which is the reason why they talked about going to this place and all that talk. It was supposed to be reform, right? So obviously there wasn't any reform. And because of that, I think they dropped the book on him really hard, you know what I mean? More games, I definitely don't agree with that. I think 30% of the season is enough. It's already made him ineligible for any of the, all of the awards since the CBA agreement. So, yeah, 30%, that's a lot of games. That's a good chunk of the season. And it doesn't really matter how many games you sit out, but really what do you do during that time and what you really accomplish from sitting out those games is what really matters at the end of the day. So, how I feel about this punishment thing, like how does it really help, or if it really helps? So they fall on 25. I don't know why the CBA upset with it. We haven't heard a number. We heard it was excessive, but to say something is excessive is relative. So they need to tell me where they were at for me to then say, like, all right, yeah, you're right, that was excessive because you thought it would have been 15. You know what I mean? Then it will make sense. But at this point, we got nothing to go off of. So it's okay. It is what it is.
I would say push back on to anybody who's saying it's excessive. I'm not necessarily pushing for more games. What could be, I'm pretty sure that wasn't the right way to be operating a weapon, if it was a weapon or not a weapon. That could be considered brandishing, which I think is illegal in some areas, in some circles. I'm not a lawyer, but just in the grand scheme of life, I don't know what city. Do y'all know where this?
No, but you can speculate. It's probably in Tennessee somewhere.
It was Tennessee, I think. That's what I heard.
This is not like, he was doing this in a private setting in like a club or at his house. This was while they were driving on the street, because it seemed like the car was in motion. If you're driving, you're one of these, the guy's going like this with the gun, you don't really know how to read that or what even looks like a gun.
Mm-hmm.
That could have ended way worse than I'm getting suspended if a certain type of person was riding to the next to the threat.
Mm-hmm. So
I think in the grand scheme of things, he also look at like what the safety issue, right? Not just the gun going off in the car by accident, but the danger you're putting, like you're elevating the stakes of the situation of driving a car to an elevated level where danger can happen. So
you should know better.
Yeah.
You should know better.
Exactly.
Like why you driving? You don't want to call that kind of attention to yourself. We already heard the stories of the reactions that people have got for toy guns.
Yeah,
it ain't no joke. So whether it was fake or not, to me that didn't even matter. When he came up with that little picture of him lighting some candles with the gun, I'm like, dude, come on now. Like
that's
please.
even goofier. Like if
it was goofy.
That's even goofier if it's a fake gun.
It's worse. It's definitely worse. Like, but like you said, we know people who lost their lives over a toy gun. So it doesn't make any sense. It makes it worse, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have much else to say to this. I mean, I feel like it's okay. I don't care what the suspension was, because like I said, there's no precedent. So if they gave him 16 games, totally fine. If they gave him 50 games, totally fine. Like,
I don't know. 50, I'd have been like,
I mean,
it's gonna be fine. I feel it in my chest.
Yeah,
I feel it. Give me a little heartburn.
But my point is that like, because there's no precedent, there's no room, rhyme, or reason. Like, it's all arbitrary, right? I think that's something that we mentioned last time. It's arbitrary. You gave him 25 games versus 30 games. Like, who's to say what the threshold is? What's the right answer? At the end of the day, though, I think it's very good that. I think I'll say this. It sends a very clear message that you are not eligible to get any of those awards, which is going to, even further, reduce your ability to go for your. Well, he's not going to get the extension, but the Supermax, that's already out the window. So
affect your pay.
It messes with your money, man. So. Not only that, now you become more of a risk if you have another repeat offense or something that's outside of the confines of the arena or whatever, or even in the arena, but like it's something that you can be suspended for. Now the question becomes, are you just radioactive? Are you too hot to touch, too hot to handle for a team to take you, or for a team to even deal with you? So you just don't want to create that. I mean, okay, fine, you mess with twice. But you don't want that to be the narrative around you, similar to Allen Iverson, even though he didn't do anything wrong, but Allen Iverson or Gilbert Arenas or even Ron Artest, who had like a bad name for himself at one point in time since the Malice in the Palace, right? He's always had like this air about him, or persona about him that people kind of assumed about him as a character, as a bad for the game player, essentially. So
people assume the worst, whatever it was.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I mean, like I said, I'm okay with it. I'm not gonna sit here and advocate for less. I'm not gonna advocate for more. Like, yo, you got 25, go sit down again. Yep. So go work on your mental health, whatever that is. Like, not to dismiss the mental health, but it's just like, dude, just do it. Whatever it is, just do it. Do what you gotta do to get back on track. That's it. So
I don't even know what to offer him because they sent him for treatment.
Well, he was only there for like 3
whatever
days.
That treatment was, I don't know where he went. Yeah, it was really short. I don't know.
It's like, Ja, you don't hold it like this. You hold it like that. Like, I don't know what.
Like this.
Like, I don't know what. I'm confused myself. Is it community service? Like, I don't know what can help.
Talking to shooting victim. He out here trying to be like the real life Ja Wick. Yeah, talking to shooting victims, man.
That might be a real one though. I'm not even. I don't mind that one, to be honest. I think it's a little heavy, but
the path he's going down could have heavier consequences. We don't know. Maybe nothing to happen.
Yeah,
but the path he's going on is definitely put him at a higher risk profile. I think we can say that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like the one that you said because it's not like that. To me, that could be more powerful than the games. Like, even if it doesn't change his mind, it gives him a different.
Yeah, it might have more impact. You're right.
Yeah,
because the games, that's might be sitting home is getting even more pissed off, bro.
Yeah.
Cleaning his guns. Who knows? Maybe not because they're toys. Who knows?
Man, that Super Soaker look real. Oh man. So okay, well, anything else I want to say on on behalf of the Grizzlies or Jaws, Nike?
Quick question: the 25 games is it can change, right? Doesn't he have some criteria he has to meet before he actually comes back, where it could actually extend? I'm asking because that's what I thought I heard, but I haven't really seen anything more about it since I heard it that one time. Have either you heard? Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure like there may be some other criteria for him to return. He has to. He already did an apology letter, did an apology tour. Probably has to do some other stuff too, whatever. I don't know because, like I said, even if you do, like, he's already shown that he'll go through the process to get back on the court. That's not the problem. It's just more so about him changing his behavior. And I don't know if that. I don't know. It's a really good idea what you mentioned, Reg or Mr.
Kurt. I think his idea was Kurt.
Mr. No, you can just say Reg. That's fine. And about having impact statements and stuff like that, or counseling, or like these therapy sessions with people who are victims of gun violence, or people who lost their lives, their friends lost their lives or whatever because of gun violence. I mean, I think that would be impactful, but again, I don't. He can be detached from that. He can just like going through the motions just to get back on the court. I don't know.
Yep.
It all that stuff is about like your ability to take it on and in full stride and like accept the process instead of just like going through the motions.
Yeah. So I just think you can only expose people. I think if he could see somebody that was and them saying like, hey, you promoting this certain culture or lifestyle, how it's affecting me, it can give him an idea. Like if he's gonna do it again, like I might let that person down that they shared that with me, and I'm still carrying on.
Yeah.
Might,
just raise your consciousness. That's it.
Yeah.
Quick sidebar. Oh, go ahead, Kurt. My bad.
No, what you got?
I was gonna say, what do y'all think about? We know media analysts obviously discussed this and had discourse on. I haven't seen too many other NBA players, and just like certain players like LeBron James, for example, are heavy into what's good in our community and trying to promote goodness in our community. I haven't heard him mention too much on it. Do you think he should? Do you think he shouldn't?
I think they're reluctant to go against the brotherhood of like other players.
Publicly.
I think they're really reluctant to talk up. Yeah, publicly. Now behind the scenes, playing poker, drinking. I'm pretty sure that LeBron and Draymond talked about it heavily during their vacation. Clowning, right? But they're not.
Yo.
Yeah. Every time they see John in the locker room and all.
Oh my gosh.
But I don't think they're gonna do it publicly, man, because it's a brotherhood.
Yeah, I was wondering because what triggered that thought was with NFL, NBA,
PA.
Yeah, just like on one hand, you want to advocate for your, the people in your union to get them as many rights as possible and make sure that they're well represented. But at the same time, a lot of them have pushed for, positivity in our community. And one of the things that affects our community is gun violence. So pushing back too hard can also send a message. And outside of the PA, the players that are prominent on messages, lack of speaking out could also send the wrong message too. So I don't know.
I agree. NBA Cares is a big part of their initiative. You know what I mean? So.
Cool. All right. Yeah. Good talk. So yeah, let's move on from job bad. Since you talk about Draymond, we talk about these trade rumors, man, and Draymond. I don't know why we talk about Draymond, but okay. Trade news, man. If you
is he not worthy? Is he not worthy of being talked about?
How many rings he got, Chris? Dynasty.
Dynasty.
Is this what we're doing now? We're counting. We're recounting.
I'm just asking a question.
Going to stay out of it.
Okay. Well, to answer your question directly, yeah. To me, it's like none news, but okay, it's cool. I know you guys are Draymond fans, and you guys want to talk about him, so I'll let you guys talk about him. First, we talk about the big hammer, the first move in the chess match of free agency and trades, the Bradley Beal CP3 trade, Phoenix, Washington Wizards, they went ahead and did a go swaparoo, and Bill is going to be part of the Phoenix Suns now. It's going to be him, Devin Booker, and DeAndre Ayton. Kevin Durant. And Kevin Durant.
I hate everything about it.
So they're basically doing a big swap for Chris Paul with Bradley Beal, Landry Shamet, and a bunch of second round picks. Apparently, Phoenix Suns doesn't have any first round picks, so they was like, "Oh, we got second round picks," and Washington Wizards was like, "Cool." So,
and Shamet.
Yeah,
and
Landry Shamet is going to Washington.
Oof.
So
he had a good little playoff run.
Yeah.
Well,
more depth issues.
Now
they said we don't need a bench.
Bench for what?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, you already traded away your bench.
They can fill it. The idea is to fill it. Is to fill it out. You know what I mean?
Who?
They're doing the hard part first. Getting their 3 keys.
There you go.
The keys to success, and then they're gonna fill around those keys. You know what I mean? That's all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have to give to get. You got to give to get now.
Mm-hmm.
You got a new coach. You got your 3 pillars.
A defensive-minded coach, mind you. I mean, Vogel is a good coach. No knock against him whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to match the coach to the system, and you got to all this offensive talent. Bill has never been a defensive anything.
Mm-hmm.
Book hasn't been known for defense. Kevin, he's not he can play defense,
but he's not known
but
for
we know
defense.
him for offense.
Yeah.
And now you got a dude who specializes in defense. We all remember those Indiana Pacer days.
Cover your weaknesses.
The Lakers won with defense. And now you're going to say, here's all these offensive players. Right? We're going to pick Frank Vogel. That marriage is the worst set ever, man.
He's a head coach. All right. He's not a defensive coach. This isn't football. He's a head coach. He's gonna coach them on both sides of the court, defense and offense. Maybe it could be he's there to patch what they're lacking. You know what I mean? So yes, it's good to match your coach with your system, but how about match your coach to the deficiencies of your system?
I don't think that's ever worked.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Hey.
Mike Brown. I'm buying what you're selling.
Mike Brown was a defensive coach, and he went over to Sacramento. Was like, we're going to do a whole bunch of offense.
Yeah. He did.
Let's not forget, Mike Brown was on the Warriors bench for a couple of years, learning the offensive system before. Because let's not forget, Mike Brown was the head coach of the Lakers, and that went terribly wrong.
It wasn't the right fit.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying.
Yes,
but he's a coach.
Cleveland, though, right?
Yeah, I mean,
was a great fit.
Passes to LeBron. LeBron.
Hey, it worked. They got to the finals.
I'm buying with Kev. So I think cover your weaknesses. You may not need to drop the offensive play, or it might be you don't have to go into a detailed offensive play because you got 3 guys who can make a moment in those critical moments when they need to stop. You can help plug in their weaknesses. This happens. You need to do
that. Didn't work in Brooklyn.
Well, no, they didn't have no head coach. They were all head coaches.
Yeah.
And talking about Nash, man. You talking about? Yeah. You can't be talking about Nash. You can't be talking about rookie coach like first year.
Hey man, I'm gonna need y'all to put some respect on DeAndre Ayton's name. It's 4 players who can create offense. Just one of them be sleepy sometimes.
You saying DeAndre can create offense, bro?
That's what I'm hearing.
When he wakes up,
he is going to be miserable because I think potentially he could create offense. One of his, what he was unhappy about is not a high option. Now you add Beal to it. This man ain't never getting an offensive play.
And you'd say Chris Paul was the reason why he had that. When they went to the finals, Chris Paul was setting up Andre for a lot of good baskets, man. Now you took the point guard off that team. Who's setting up Ayton?
Can someone tell me who's gonna be point guard? Because we got 3 wings.
Isn't
no point guard? No
Cam
point guard.
Still on there? Isn't Cam still on there?
Campaign? You
didn't get traded away. Yeah.
So you gonna have Campaign starting?
Yeah, and they're not gonna work.
Oh, Mario Chalmers, man.
He
Miami.
reaching.
Did you just say Mario Chalmers? He
Yeah.
unretired?
No. I'm saying like he's on. I think I would put him on the same level as Chalmers.
Who are you talking about?
Payne is a
As far as
scorer.
point guard, like Miami Heat didn't have a point guard for real.
No, but like
they had LeBron.
Beal. So are you gonna put Beal as a?
They can put him as a 2. Oh, 2. Book would be the 3. Ooh, damn.
That's
Thank
what we're
you.
talking about.
There's no point guard. Who gonna set the plays up? They all gonna set the play up.
Well, not even the plays. Just like even if you wanted to be like guard, it's just that the lineup. What's the lineup then? If you put Payne in there, he's gonna have to be the number 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what do you?
It's gonna be. There? It's Payne, Book. It's Payne, Beal, Book. Durant have to.
Is Book bigger than Beal?
I think they're about the same.
So. I feel like he is.
They're about the same. It doesn't matter. It's not about height, anyways. It doesn't matter.
Matchups. It's about matchups.
Magic Johnson was 6'9". Yeah. He was a point guard. I'm not doing this.
Well, it's more about matchups. I'm saying Magic Johnson could pretty much anybody he wanted to. Like Bradley Beal, if you put him or if you put in Booker at a 3, he's not the guard 3.
I mean, I hear you. You know, but you don't have to. You can always cross match.
Well, you got 3 guards. That's the problem. It's the matchups. That's what I'm saying. Is why you can't have all 3 at the same time.
Somebody have to fill that role. That's it, man. Somebody have to fill that role.
Unless you're just gonna have Payne play the 3 and just make him be. You just guard whoever you.
They gotta get a defensive body. Now they need somebody like Crowder, who they just got rid of. Crowder would be
they don't need a Crowder. They need a floor general, like what you're saying. Yeah. I mean, that's more necessary. Either one of those guys step up to be one. Booker, KD, or Beal. I mean, Booker have the ability to do it. KD also has the ability to do it. We talk about floor general, but we've seen LeBron do it from different positions. We've seen Draymond do it from different positions. So you don't necessarily have to be a point guard to be the floor general. You
can be a point forward. You can be a point center.
Point center, yeah.
Because Jokic, even though he doesn't bring the ball up, like a lot of the offense could sometimes end up through him.
But you talk about the 2 people you listed, like LeBron and Draymond, are great passers. I've never heard anybody say that. Book is an amazing player, phenomenal. His no one says he's a great. He's a shooter. He's from the school of Kobe.
I don't understand that.
Okay, I was gonna say you don't necessarily gotta be a great. You just gotta make the right pass.
Right. Yeah. That's what I was gonna go to. It's like I hear what you're saying, but yeah, we don't need that. LeBron is top 5 in assists in all of the NBA. Like you don't need that.
And
like,
his passes are not always great passes. Like oh my god, he threaded the. Like it's just
no, but he is the right person.
Yeah, and they can all do that. I saw KD did it because I was like, oh, you. Him on the offensive side of him just doing his ISO thing, but also finding open teammates I was impressed with him. Like making the right pass, like you're saying. Like you don't need to be a great passer to do that. Jokic is a great passer. The ball just came, it's touch pass. That's something that's a skill that's hard to acquire. But making the right pass, anybody can do that.
I wouldn't make it that simple. I don't think anybody can do that because KD, when he was with Brooklyn, when the Celtics took him down, what was that, the year before last? Yeah. He was trying to be a facilitator, and they just swarmed him, man. I mean, he's 7 feet tall. It takes him forever to cross over, man. The ball's coming from Mount Rushmore between his legs back up to Mount Rushmore. It's just because his height. He's a great dribbler, but it's easy to swarm KD, man.
Also, you're getting into like point guard things, knowing the reading the defense and noticing they're coming and moving the ball sooner. I'm just saying, like in terms of making the right pass, he took too long to make a pass. That's different. I'm saying like if you have 3 guys who can make an offense happen, you're gonna be getting people switching and scrambling and seeing that going on and making the right. You could do that.
So is it more important for them to get a defensive ace, like a defensive wing, than it is a point guard?
I think so. That's what I think. I don't think they necessarily. It looks to me what they're trying to do. What people were worried Brooklyn Nets was going to be Harden not switching to a facility. road, and you just have three guys who could do whatever they want, and then you have role. That's what I think they're trying to go for. I don't think they need a point guard.
I mean it's not critical if everyone buys into, facilitating, like basically they share that role. I just don't think they're gonna share that role efficiently enough to where, the absence of a point guard is not gonna be felt. And I do. First of all, you need a team. Can you get the other
is what's gonna kill them.
8 players? Can you get some 8 players who can actually be maintaining their own position? Can we do that?
Hey, if KD, we know KD can play 40 minutes plus. Book can play 40 minutes plus.
But that's still not sustainable.
It's not for a whole season.
They got TJ Warren at the power forward position.
Oh, that's your guy, right?
Your double favorite.
MVP, baby.
They got Josh Okogie. He wasn't too bad. He was stepping up as small forward. Where's the guy?
They got what's that guy's name who was a backup to DeAndre Ayton? Oh, I see his face. Biombo. Is it Biombo?
Biombo. Yeah, Biombo. Yeah.
They still have him, but
they got him. So that's 8 players right there. Damian Lee still on there.
This is what we doing.
Damian Lee still on there?
This is what we doing.
Are we doing
this? I hear what y'all saying.
They need a point guard because
I hear what y'all saying. And those are all great players, but they
great players.
No, they're all good
suitable players.
But they gave up a whole bunch of great role players. Is what I'm trying to
get. Facts.
That's my concern. And now you're like, I'm gonna give up one of the last ones. Like they had some promise to get another starter. Where's the bench? I know you said they did the hard part. You get your big 3 and you build around it, but they're giving their picks away, so you're not gonna draft it. Are you leveraging one? Are you gonna get Beal just depth? Like, where is that depth gonna come from?
I just called it up, man. Torrey Craig, Okogie.
Oh, you already got. You're not talking about increasing the depth. You're talking about using the depth that you didn't have.
I'm just saying that they
by Denver. The depth got demolished by Denver with KD and Book scoring like 70, 80 points combined.
That was the problem. They couldn't sustain that. That was unsustainable. They needed a third scorer, someone to break the attention from KD and Book, who were making incredible shots, incredible plays after play. Like the pressure was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm with you guys. I think what they're lacking is everything we're talking about. Then they need some defensive presence, need a floor general,
Dylan Brooks.
And they need to increase their depth.
I just thought about it. Dylan Brooks would be a great guy. He'd be a great guy. Hey yo, he won the bigger role.
I don't mind, but
I don't feel
like you're talking about Dylan Brooks.
Another guard?
But he's
Dylan physically
to come off the bench.
He fits the role physically because you need a big body. You need a big body wing.
I love the idea off the bench, but I mean, if he wants to come off the bench, I felt like he wanted to roll.
He does want a bigger role.
He does.
So
you can. Let me see. I'm looking at the free agency right now. He's restricted. I'm gonna say Ruri. Achimura would be a good one.
Oh, the Lakers not gonna let him go.
Yeah. Let me see here. Jeff Green. He just got a chip, so he may be willing to move somewhere else if you just want a veteran.
But he's not a defensive.
Yeah, but he's laterally long and quick enough to
get in your way.
Yeah. Iguodala, I don't know if that matters.
He's retired.
Iguodala, come on, yeah,
Iguodala retired 3 years ago.
Really, he did.
He's just finessing and catching checks from the Warriors. I don't know what he was doing on that bench.
So J. Michael Green, that'll be a good one. Warriors.
Nah, he didn't have a high year.
No, not with the Warriors, because y'all suck at big man usage. That's why. But he's still pretty good though. I still like JaMychal Green.
I still like him too.
You want Toscano Anderson? Yeah. I mean,
how tall is he? I think he's.
He is. I don't know. I don't know how tall he is.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he's undersized.
So
for what they need someone to bother the LeBrons, the Kawhis, the PGs.
Mm-hmm.
They need somebody like that, man.
They're not gonna find anyone like that. I'm looking at this free agency list, and it's not that many. I mean,
Brooks.
I said Brooks kind of joking, but I mean, like
He
Christian
was just where
Wood.
he fit.
Actually, Christian Wood would be, but I think he wants to pay that because he's trying to get paid. He's not at that point where he just wants to, fit in. Draymond Green, Vucevic is a free agent. Kevin Love is a free agent.
Vucevic is he's terrible on defense.
Yeah,
I like Draymond.
Oh, Karis LeVert, but I think he's gonna be signed with them. I think he's gonna be signed with Cleveland. I think he likes where he's at.
Yeah.
Brook Lopez, again, he likes where he's at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good fit for him.
So again, back to where I was at, Dylan Brooks.
I mean, it's a joke, but it makes sense. Man. Yeah,
it makes sense.
If he'll come off the bench,
he ain't gonna want to do that, man. I mean, maybe for the possibility of a chip, but he's not old enough to do that yet.
He wouldn't even he wouldn't need to come off the bench to be.
What's the lineup then?
Put KD at the 4.
Yeah,
you could put KD at the 4.
Yeah, he'd be the number 3.
I mean, he did do that with Golden State.
Yeah,
so
it works.
So there you go.
Campaign come off the bench for as the guard for the.
Yep. So there you go. JaMychal Green and Dylan Brooks. You got your.
And you still don't have a point guard.
No. Well, we already talked about that, so it's okay. It's okay.
I still disagree with you guys. I can't remember a time where that. The only time it worked was in Miami, but you had LeBron, who's such a. He finds the correct play. That's how he's built.
Let me flip this one on the head for you. Visualize. People were saying when every time there's a trade rumor.
Oh man, say that part again, bro. You said every time what now?
Every time, like people will be like, "Oh, there's a trade rumor." Like, oh, they'll be like, "Oh, they need a true point, like Chris Paul." And then I saw people in the Discord saying, "When's the last time a team with a true point won a championship?" I felt like Jamal Murray kind of broke the mold right there, but before that, I can't think of it.
A true point guard?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, maybe that's true. You need somebody who distributes the ball. So, like you guys said before, it could be a point forward, a point center, someone who facilitates, a facilitator. So you're right. A true point guard, maybe that's the wrong language. You need a facilitator.
I also just realized this. Naz Reid is a free agent this year from Minnesota.
Naz Reid, man, he was good.
I mean, he may be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
But
he was.
So yeah, I don't know, man. Draymond Green, he a free agent. Allegedly, he went ahead and declined his little players option. I don't know.
It wasn't allegedly. He actually did.
I mean,
he's a legend.
I mean, he was in Paris when he did it. So he was in Paris when he did it. So we gotta wait till I see the live tweet or say it on his podcast.
Drops.
Yeah, his podcast. So
you gotta go IG live.
Yeah. That's how you know it's real. Unless it's a toy gun, then it's fake. So, but Draymond, you guys want to mention this? This is a big deal. Why is this a big deal?
Why is it a big deal, or is it a big deal? Like both of them are ridiculous questions.
Thank you.
The dynasty.
Yeah.
This is the trio. This is the core that has brought them multiple championships, multiple playoffs. Has been a huge run of success. One of the best franchises in modern history.
Okay.
He's a big component of that. Bob Myers is gone, and now Draymond is potentially out. That's huge.
Okay.
Especially, and maybe it would have been less huge, last not this season that just passed. The season before that, when people were like feeling really good about the roster they had, and how Jordan Poole was playing. But now that you see, a lack of return to form per se for the big payout they did do, it makes it even a bigger deal to me.
Okay. Yeah, because what everybody says, like they picked Jordan over Draymond.
Yeah.
Okay. I just ask,
You insinuated. You just asked. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm asking, is it a big deal?
It's a hater in you, man.
Because I mean, it's just
with Golden State hate.
This is number one. It doesn't.
And you
to
live
me,
so close to the stadium too. That's what's so crazy.
I do live close to the stadium, the original stadium in Oakland, not the one that they manufactured, the toilet bowl in San Francisco.
Aren't they all manufactured?
Every
like they carved it out of a mountain.
Hey man,
you got a naturally born stadium or something. Organic,
artificial flavors.
I'm just saying, ever since the Chase building was erected, man, crime has went up in San Francisco. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh,
wow.
So,
Wow, for real.
so I mean, the reason I say
really looking at the face?
Broken window theory. Stopping
Why you
first.
say bipping? Is it bipping?
I don't know. I don't know.
Is that what they call it? It's bipping when you rob somebody's car.
I don't know. I don't know,
They call it in
man.
Oakland.
I don't know what they call it in San Francisco, bro. I don't know.
It might be the first time you done stumped Chris like he don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Sorry. Chris, you're familiar. I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, I have no knowledge of this one. So, but this is the reason why it's not a big deal to me. Just because
because you break up Golden State, like
so what?
It's potential though. We're not sure yet what's gonna happen though.
Thank you. It's a potential. So what? But the thing is we don't. I don't care. I personally have no investment on what Warriors do. So if they decide to go back and get Draymond Green, that's totally fine. I'm sure they're gonna. He's going to negotiate. If they do re-sign him, he's probably gonna take more money than what the player option was. Makes sense to me. But I don't really think that he's going anywhere. And there's nothing that indicates that he's going anywhere outside of him declining the player option, knowing he could probably get a better deal because the salary cap bumps up. So
yeah, but the Golden State's in that double apron, and they're paying a lot of money right now. I can see him taking a shorter deal, but a longer deal.
A shorter deal, but a longer deal.
I mean, lesser amount, a smaller amount, but a longer deal.
Stretching out his money.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the Tom Brady rule: restructure your contract. So, which is probably the smart thing to do. And so that's what I'm saying. It's not a big. It's not a big deal. Now, if they say he's not going to resign, or the Warriors are not going to resign him under any circumstances, then we can start talking about like the impact. But right now, it's a non-issue right now. We just made a big mountain out of a little bit of smoke.
And nobody making a big mountain. We just say it's worth mentioning. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't they have more rules on how much spend and all these other kind of things like Wild Myers? Like it's a lot there. We'll see how it shakes out.
Yeah, but
because
he gonna be doing a Patty Mahomes 10-year deal. Like what deal are you talking?
I mean,
because then too, if they sign Draymond, what does it mean for Clay?
Yeah,
like money's running out.
I mean, that's a Clay problem. I guess they gotta figure that out.
Wow.
Like when they
comes out,
I'm just
bro.
There's not hate.
Like
no, I don't think that's hate. I think it's real. It just hurts.
Mm-hmm.
The way he says it is hateful, though. I mean, it's a factual statement, but the way he says it is filled with so much spite.
How would you like for me to say it?
Y'all think you're capable of saying it in an objective way, man. You're just a spite king when it comes to the Warriors.
I wish nothing but the best for Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, like Bob Myers.
Man,
singing art.
Something that's
here. Nothing but the best for you.
I know, man.
I wish nothing but continued success for Jordan Poole. I know he had a very bad season. Y'all want to get rid of him.
He didn't have a very bad season.
He had a very bad postseason.
I don't think he had a very bad season. I think he had a normal Jordan Poole season. But
it wasn't normal.
But Warrior fans are so adamant about getting him out of the paint now. Like they want him gone. I'm like, no, stick with him. You got to go develop that guy. Redevelop him.
He didn't have a good postseason. The Warriors struggled in general this regular season. I don't think it was his fault.
Yeah,
postseason, I don't think it was his fault either. But it didn't look good. It was bad.
Was it Jordan Poole's fault?
Yeah,
it wasn't Poole's fault.
This postseason wasn't his fault.
No.
No, it wasn't his fault.
No.
I mean,
Yeah,
he could have he lacked contribution to some degree, definitely.
Yeah.
Especially, but
That's on
that
him.
don't mean it's his fault though. I mean that they lost. They do a lot of things that wasn't working right.
Okay, I'm not putting everything on him. He has a part to play in the loss.
For sure, definitely.
It's called a team loss. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
It's a team loss.
No, the way that some of the narrative is going around is like pull the plug. It was all on him.
Mm-hmm.
No,
He ruined the pool party. Like it was he done took all the oxygen out the room. All that shot all the misses he made.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to get hot. Everybody can't catch fire getting reduced minutes. Not everybody can do that.
Yeah,
Correct.
Well, he got reduced minutes because of his play, though.
It's a spiral. You need to play.
You need to play. Yeah, you need to play to be productive. Or shoot your way out of
it. He's also like just his mind is gone on the defensive side.
Well,
he was a liability.
He also had a concussion all season.
All season.
He didn't get a chance to recover.
Oh, well, that's another component. To be honest,
it is a component.
A lot of them, like I personally kind of felt like that was a non-factor, but after, for whatever reason, a lot of those people came out and said that was a big deal.
Yeah,
that affected the entire season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, if you get punched in your face, you get almost knocked out, and it goes viral by your coworker. Yeah, it would affect. Yeah.
To me, it seemed like they moved past it. I didn't see like they on the court, but the way that you build as a team and get through growing pains, that process probably was how do you coach? Like you can't Draymond Green is a leader on that squad. You can't now go and either be hard on him or try and pep talk him.
Mm-hmm.
Like that whole relationship is going to be weird. So I can see.
I think Golden State's biggest flaw this playoffs, man, was limiting Kuminga's role. Because he played some important
biggest, but it was a glaring flaw though. But biggest, I don't know.
Let me not say the biggest, it was glaring because Kuminga played an important down the stretch of the season. He played some big minutes, man. I think it's automatically sidelining him the way that Curry did.
I feel like all of them. I feel like Moody. I feel like all of them getting enough development.
Yeah,
and then carrying that over into using them in the playoffs. So when you were having, dry moments from other players, it was being made up for by contribution by other role players.
Yeah. Only a Golden State fan wouldn't understand. I could see dude in the corner right now just nodding and shaking his head. He don't understand.
I just never heard so much faith put in a person who is just not ready to be on that stage yet. But it's fine.
Who's not ready?
Kuminga?
Obviously.
How you get ready?
Yeah.
Through the season.
Christian Brown had a pretty bad game, but then he come back for Denver and he started playing solid again. But the coach trusted him and put him on the court, right?
Was Christian Brown doing that throughout the season? Oh no.
No, not throughout the season. But again, even if he first of all, Christian Brown played well in the finals. Nothing wrong with actually in the playoffs, all the playoffs. Nothing wrong with that.
Playoffs,
all playoffs. So and that's fine. They didn't have to rely on him though. Like everything that he gave and contributed was extra credit. You guys are saying making it seem like Kuminga was just supposed to be ready. Like dude, he wasn't.
I don't know about extra credit. I don't know about extra credit. I feel like that's not. I don't agree with that. I feel like
okay. Go ahead.
I feel like each one of those games you would have. Sure, you have your core squad doing what they got. Sometimes better, sometimes worse, right? But I felt like you would have one of these breakout moments. Like I think it was Bruce Bowen one game, Bruce Brown one game, Christian Brown another game, where a role player would just put an imprint. KCP was hitting something I think on the last game, like where these critical moments where you have this elevation, and these games were not blowouts. So if a guy you weren't expecting to get, more than 10 comes out with 20, that's not just extra credit.
No, defensive too. Defensive,
defensive
also ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, okay, but
so
again,
on the Warriors side, if you had a lot of they lost to the Lakers, yes. But if you look at how close those games were, if you had that from one of these players, that would have made all the difference.
No, I agree with your last statement. I agree with your last statement, but actually I agree with most of what you said. The only thing that I feel like you're missing out on is the fact that Christian Brown, if he didn't perform, it wasn't like, oh my gosh, we need this guy to perform. The difference is you guys are saying Kuminga needed to perform and Moody needed to perform, and they didn't perform, and they would have probably performed if they had more opportunity to perform because they got benched. The reality of the Golden State bench was not that robust. It was Jordan Poole who was supposed to lead the charge, and Looney, who was a seasoned veteran. You was hoping Kuminga and Moody would be able to contribute as well, and DiVincenzo.
DiVincenzo did good. He was solid.
He did contribute.
He did his role.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that you expect DiVincenzo, you expect Jordan Poole to lead the charge, DiVincenzo and Looney to be the carry the most of your second unit workload.
Well, Looney exceeded his role.
Totally fine. Totally fine. But
so I guess the thing here is maybe utilize those guys more. Maybe
that's what we're talking about.
Needed was we're not looking at them to be the star player. We're not looking at it to be like, okay, Jordan Poole got all that money. We're saying like utilize the depth of your roster.
Yes.
Correct.
So
that's
when you're instead of just focusing on we're gonna put all of that, utilize the depth of your roster and somebody will shine. Somebody will have a moment and you ride that to boost your core squad.
And we've seen that a lot in the playoffs. That happens like a ton. Like players who you wouldn't expect. And I feel like those things are very much what Reg just said, a big boost. Yes. And you might call it extra credit, but it's relevant.
But yeah, that's why I say it's
Kuminga's style of play is, I think, I know what you're trying to say, like we're saying need, but Kuminga's style of play is so different from the starters. There were parts in each game, especially in Lakers series. Kuminga is more north and south. He's going to attack the rim. None of the Golden State starters can attack the Curry can. But outside of him and doing layups, no one can tackle with force like Kuminga can. If he can give you 8 to 10 points of that, where the defense has to respect that, that's an extra millimeter of space that Curry has to get a three off.
So then who you sitting down for him to do that? Because
Klay Thompson.
Okay. So you guys are telling me that Klay Thompson should sacrifice some of his minutes so that Kuminga could be in the rotation. Is that what you guys are saying?
Not in general, but in that series, Klay Thompson was struggling. Riding that wave way too long. So the same way it was like, Poole, okay, your minutes, like Klay's been there long enough. We're just, giving him minutes is not really going to change the story.
So, okay, fair enough. That's your guys' position. I'm assuming this is unanimous with all of the Warrior fans.
I'm not saying cut. I'm not saying cut his minutes. But I'm just saying utilize, rotate your.
So I'm not even sure too about Klay because you also have Wiggins. He could sub in for because they play the same position. Technically, they play the same position.
I was gonna say
Wiggins was working his way back into game shape too. This
is why I said that. Hey, Draymond go get his money. Y'all said what about Klay? Hey, we were about Klay. We were about Klay. Cause y'all just said that he's expendable enough.
20 point a game score.
You guys
season,
just
Klay
said
came through the first.
You guys
against the Kings. Klay he averaged almost 20 points a game.
So then I asked, who do you sit down to allow for Kuminga? Cam said Wiggins. The rest of y'all said Klay.
I say Klay because Klay was struggling.
Struggles, yeah.
And guess what? And didn't y'all just say, in order for you to get through something, you have to shoot through it. You just have to push
Jordan Poole has just started to become prominent. If a vet, if somebody who's just not having it, and we know he's not that lockdown defender like he was. It's not. And Andrew Wiggins had to kind of pull it up because coming back from the injury, he's not that guy. Where he's just like, all right, he may not give you 30 points tonight, but he's gonna hold the guy. Like he's not doing that either. So it's just like, at some point, you got to look at it and be like, what can I do to affect the game more? And what he was saying about Kuminga, having a player that plays different than everybody spot up at 3, Looney get the board downstairs. Makes a difference. Like just when I look at like how the Bucks got affected by losing Giannis, it's not just his contribution on the offense, it's drawing the fouls. Now, when you get into foul trouble, every time there's a foul, you have Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, these people who shoot very high percentage free throws go to the line. Like, that all adds up to making you, like, if you look at the disparity between foul trouble on the two teams, it was night and day.
Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
And again, I'm told. All I'm saying is this: I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. Switch up the strategy and give him something new to look at. That's going number one. That's going to get old quick because Kuminga. First of all, in doing that, you do sacrifice your pace and space of the floor because Kuminga is not a
spot three shooter.
Nah, he's not even a off the dribble, off the off the screen shooter. He's a in the corner three. We'll look. I'll double Steph, get the ball out of his hands, make it go over to him, and we'll rotate to him, close out him, make him make the tough shot of being closed out on. Or if he wants to attack it, well, now we know we are doing a rotation. I'm just saying, I'm not even saying what you guys are saying is a bad move. I'm saying you guys are trading off Klay Thompson's impact, even if he's not touching the ball, on how the defense responds over giving Kuminga more space because at that time maybe Klay was not shooting at his best, and he did have a bad series in against the Lakers. I agree with you on that. That's who you ride in on. If Steph Curry had a bad series against the Lakers, you're not going to bench him.
Nah,
but it's different.
Steph found there was a game where he didn't shoot that well.
All right, you went totally mute.
Yeah.
Say that part again.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I think it's kind of block out noise, and when there's a. I said there was stretches where Steph maybe wasn't shooting the three ball, but he's still driving, penetrating, like Kurt was mentioning.
True.
He's still, like you said with Klay, he's still drawing that attention and still getting his assists. He was having very big positive impacts on the game throughout the whole playoffs.
Yeah.
In that series, Klay was not. That's how I saw it.
Okay. I never saw people leave Klay.
No. In terms of the space, you're right. But I'm talking about, was he getting the assist numbers? Was he then turning around and penetrating and getting buckets on the inside? So he had one of those three vectors, not two or three of those vectors.
Which I think is fine if you have Steph Curry compressing and breaking down the defense, or Draymond Green breaking down the defense by attacking the paint. It does draw people. You make them make a decision. Do you want to draw in on this person coming in and then kick it out or swing it? Or do you sacrifice the two? Like, okay, fine, it's a one man game at that point, right?
I mean, here's the thing. To me, if what you're saying is basically you're risking disrupting your offense to bring this in, and to me, if you're down, if you're fighting up, disrupting, shaking the table is better for you than. Worst case, you lose.
It's a calculated risk, but yeah, I hear what you're saying. So I mean, like I said, I get it. I don't have a problem with giving people opportunities. I just don't want to make it seem like Kuminga and Moody should have had more opportunity, because number one, the opportunity you do get, you have to be productive. We saw with Lonnie Walker. He had 8 minutes of garbage time. All of a sudden, it gave him enough confidence in the next game for them to put him in the fourth quarter, and he was the one who got off, right? Yeah. Against I think it was against the Warriors. So I mean, my thing is,
he went right back to being mediocre again,
and then he went right back to being fine, but at least he wasn't being a detriment to where like now he's just taking shots that he's missing. Like he started the baseline, but go ahead.
Two different skill sets. So like Lonnie, he's a volume shooter, right? He gets hot, he's hot. Kuminga is not that. Kuminga can defend, he can get rebounds, he can get a couple of pop shots in, he can attack the rim. I think you can get an extra 10 minutes taking minutes from Klay and from Wiggins. That changes the dynamic of the offense. And depending on who you put around him, if Kuminga's out there, I would have Steph out there. And you got to play with the Steph in 4 minutes to make that work. But it could work, man. It gives you a different look. Mm-hmm. And that Lonnie Walker, I mean, he's going to hit the rim. He's going to shoot that ball, man. So I think it's different. Where Lonnie can capitalize on those minutes, those small minute gap, because he can shoot. Where Kuminga, you need more time to see his effect because it's the defenses, the rebounds, the other intangibles.
Mm-hmm.
And you saying 10 minutes? Like, did he get any minutes?
He
Kuminga,
played. I feel like he played a lot.
In the fourth, like in the game,
played a lot.
I feel like
6
he played a
minutes
lot.
is what I'm seeing. I seen 6 minutes is what I'm seeing here.
Yeah, no.
I'm seeing 6 minutes
Per game?
average. I'm looking at just the total stats for the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But he had games where he just straight up didn't play.
I would expect so with that. With a yeah. I think there were some of the game. That's all we're saying. I think we're not saying to bench anybody. It's just like, hey, you gotta rotate players. Ain't nobody out there really playing 48 minutes, other than maybe Steph when you need him to. So when people on the bench were just saying, hey, Kuminga should have been somebody that was called upon to fill in that rotational slot.
Because I'm not even thinking. My mind wasn't even going to 10 minutes. I'm just like some minutes.
Just play the game. Just play, right? Yeah.
I'm not saying bench Clay, put in Kuminga. We not gonna.
No.
I'm thinking like give him a couple minutes. And if his minutes are good, if his minutes are good, then maybe we give him an extra couple more minutes.
Yeah, he played every game except for Game 5 in the Sacramento game and Sacramento series, and he didn't play Game 1 and Game 4 in the Lakers series. But he's. I mean, the 3 and 4 minutes ones. I'm just saying. Well, okay. So you guys are talking about minutes or whatever. Like, at least get in the game, right? Like I said, Game 1, 10 minutes. He had 8 points. Game 2, 4 minutes. He didn't have any points. And no other stats or whatever. Game 3, 13 minutes. He had 6 points. 2 rebounds. Game 4 was 3 minutes. Didn't do anything there.
What series is this?
This is the sack series.
I'm talking about first the Lakers.
Lakers. Yeah. Game 1 he didn't play. Yeah, Game 1 he didn't play. Game 2 he played 10 minutes. He had 3 points. Game 3 he had 9 minutes, 10 points in that one. 10 points and 1 rebound. I think that was like his most productive game. Game 4 he didn't play. Game 5 he played 2 minutes, and Game 6 he played 4 minutes. So I'm not even gonna talk about those.
Yeah. But I think that Lakers series was perfect for Kuminga because they're a big physical team, and Kuminga, he's frail, but he's a physical player, man. I think they could have carved out some more time.
That's 2 DMPs in a 2-minute game. That's
a 2-minute game, and a 4-minute game, and a 3-minute game.
Yeah,
That's barely played. That's barely game played.
More.
I mean,
what was Game 2 again?
Game 2, what, Lakers?
Yeah.
10 minutes, 3 points, 2 rebounds.
That was a blowout game because the Lakers mollywopped the Warriors, and the Warriors came back and mollywopped them. That was a blowout game for the Warriors, I believe. So that's garbage time, probably.
They won that game. The Warriors won the game 2.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
I know. I'm confirming that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So then the minutes he got were garbage time minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, all these games are won by 20.
you like the Warriors. You like the Warriors. You like talking about them. We spent at least 50 minutes talking about the Warriors just now. It wasn't even on schedule. You like talking about them. You like it.
I'm good. I ain't got to talk about
the
Warriors.
You like it.
I'm good. I'm good on them, man. I said this is not an issue. Y'all talking about Draymond Green because he opted out. Kyle Kuzma opted out too. We want to talk about him?
No, we already established. this.
Okay. All right.
Let's compare a non-champion.
How many rings did the Wizards get together?
It doesn't matter about that. He opted out.
How many playoff appearances did that squad make?
I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point. He opted out of his contract. He's a free agent now.
It does matter. Anyway, whatever.
See.
In next. He's the only one saying this because I know I watched NBA Today, and I know that was a topic of discussion. I know I watched Interruption. That was a topic of discussion. So I guess he's the only one in the whole NBA media that decided this ain't worth talking about.
It's not. Why are we talking about? We came up here just to talk about hypotheticals of what's going to happen to Draymond Green.
Tell it to those professional producers.
And I will challenge him. You guys had nothing better to talk about.
Why you know you would.
Wemby out here throwing first pitches in the Dodgers game, and y'all don't want to talk about Draymond Green.
Man,
the draft is about to happen.
They did talk about the draft too, but you saying that because we talk about one thing that means we leaving no room for other things? Nah, don't go there with that. There's room to talk about this as well as other things.
Thank you, Cash.
And those things did get talked about. So
sure.
But
Dame Lillard. Y'all want to talk about Dame Lillard real quick? Where he may want to go.
Not happening with Dame Lillard.
Okay.
Ain't no change.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ain't no change.
Okay. All right.
Right now, ain't nothing.
Okay. All right. So it's non-news. Gotcha.
That's different. Man. Did he opt out of something?
That's what I'm saying. There's no change. There's no action.
Did he indicate that he was out of something?
He wants to he's talking about going to Miami.
Is he talking about?
Yeah, he's talking about Zion coming to.
People who know people in the camp. Like I ain't see Dame say nothing about Miami.
Okay.
Neither have I.
You said what he talking about. You know, are you the one of the insiders? Because you know what he's talking about more than anybody else.
I guess so. Because he compared it to contractual changes. Like that's what he comparing it to.
All right, man. That's cool. So contracts matter unless you don't have no rings, then it don't matter. That's kind of what we're getting at.
Here we go.
Yeah.
So,
here we go.
So
that's right.
Okay, that's cool.
Contract matters to the people that matters. Yeah, that's facts.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. All right. Anything else you guys want to say, man? Because we here. We done. We're done with what we have on the docket.
Is Suns a favorite in the West?
No.
Okay.
I think it's a repeat of like Brooklyn. Is a repeat of these super teams. Nah, man. You gotta have depth, man.
I feel like it's worse because
Brooklyn.
No, yeah, probably worse than Brooklyn too, but worse than last season playoff run because you had a team that made it through its regular season, and then you added this piece late in the season.
Yeah.
Right now you got to play a whole with the diminished bench.
Mm-hmm.
How's it worse? You got more time to prepare. You got more time to go through the growing pains.
And more time to put wear and tear on those bodies to make up all those to win games.
Whose bodies? Yeah. You got to play a season anyway. Whose bodies?
Yeah, but if you have a significant bench, you could play less. If you trade away all your depth, like you got to win games to make it to the chip. Right?
So you're saying you're expecting heavy minutes for these top three. That's what you're saying.
For them to win the games they need to get the playoff positioning that they want.
Let's see that pans out. I don't think coach is gonna just say I'm gonna just dump my guys out there playing heavy 40-minute games. I don't think that's gonna be the case. But let's see.
In a regular season for a starter, like what's the average minutes?
I don't know, maybe 36, 38?
Probably about 35 minutes. Probably 33, 35. I would think it would be a little bit less.
I don't think 40 would be a stretch if they don't have that much depth. Because they got to win the games to get there.
But 40 minutes is also really like on the road. Yeah, 3 games in 5 nights, doing 40-minute games. That sounds like a lot. Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll see. I don't know. How are they got it. They got to make it there. So they're winning doing the normal 35 minutes with the bench they have.
That's the other question. Nah, man. I'm with Reg. They got to play a lot of minutes. And to answer the original question, my favorite is if the Nuggets bring back this team.
Oh yeah.
Most of this team, it's the Nuggets, man, because they won this chip, and Michael Porter Jr. didn't even have a Michael Porter Jr. type game.
Yeah.
He didn't go microwave hot, man.
So they're only going to be healthier next season.
Yeah, they won't even hit in all cylinders yet.
I agree. They're still upward.
Mm-hmm. And Murray's just getting healthier.
Yeah. So. More confident.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they still got Celtics up there as next favorite to Denver. They're second on the list.
Forever.
It's a mental block with the Celtics. I don't know what it is.
It's the pump and dump. It's the team they love to put up.
They do.
Just to be like, they disappointed us.
We missed you on that last statement there. But
I said we can only do that so many times. Like, yeah, like, oh yeah, you know what? Because it is this. Like, we do it. It's been too many times. Too many. And then is Jaylen Brown coming back for sure?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it.
We don't know anything.
Is he resigning? Well, I mean, I guess no news is good news.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not even at the signing point yet. Like, even the trade isn't finalized, can't be finalized yet. So we gotta wait till after the draft.
But I'm saying like we're hearing these things for other things, right? The fact that there's not even.
But yeah, it's quiet on the Celtics side.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't break up Brown and Tatum though.
I'm not ready
I still
to.
think it could work. Yeah.
We'll see. I was surprised to see them on the list, man.
Bring back Udoka, man.
Do you re-sign him though?
Yeah. You bring back Brown? What you going? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They're not in the money troubles yet. Smart Tatum.
They will be after that.
Yeah. They don't need nothing else.
They need a point guard.
They've always
got Smart.
They got
Smart.
I feel like Smart lived up to his expectation. I'm not.
I enjoy how Smart was playing.
I won't use enjoy because of the antics. But I got respect. I got respect for him.
Nah, I don't like all that either. I don't like all that. But I guess I need to narrow it down then. His basketball performance outside of the antics.
Yeah.
So, all right, man. Let's go ahead and close this up, man. We got all off topic, man. How huh?
All right, let's do it.
All right, man. Reg, man, what you got, man?
Chris, I want to say this, man. Chris, you messed up, bro. If you were editing this video, you would have cut this down like 30 minutes. Editing the video, Chris was like, "I'm cool with the banter, man. Okay, I see you, man."
We're about to cut out this part and put it in the front. Oh man. Man, thanks for joining us. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you thought about this. Let us know what you think about the trade rumors. Let us know if you think this is big news or what about. I'm gonna keep it short and simple. Thanks for joining us.
Cool. Kev, man, what you got, man?
Yes, sir. Keeping it short and sweet so we get to that Kurt quiz for the night. See what he got for us. As always, you know your time is valuable. Your time valuable to us. We appreciate you rocking with us. Till the next episode, we here.
I Mr. Undrafted. Yeah, man. What's your thing, man? Do your thing.
Hey, since we let off of Ja Wick and his suspension, man. Question for you guys.
Disrespectful.
Can you name?
That's funny to me.
Yeah, I gotta chuckle. You look like you smiling too.
That's funny to me.
In disbelief, man. This is...
All right, give me the top 3 players in NBA. Give me the players who served the longest suspension games, the longest suspensions in NBA history, man. Top 3.
Steven Jackson.
Meta World Peace.
Meta World Peace he's number 2 on the list.
Steven Jackson wasn't on it?
Not in the top 3.
Jermaine O'Neal? No, he still got turned over. Gilbert Arenas. Oh, Javaris Crittenton. One of those two.
Actually, no. You close, but Javaris is 5.
The heck?
Wow. And Gilbert not on it?
Gilbert not on it?
Suspension.
Nah.
Suspension? I mean, Jordan did retire for 2 years. He got suspended for a year and a half, unofficially.
Who did?
Jordan.
Oh yeah, so unofficially, yeah.
So who got the longest suspension?
Yeah. So I'm just asking for the top 3. You got number 2 with Ron Artest.
Rodman on the list? I don't feel like he had a Rodman.
Right, nah. Rodman got, yeah.
Yeah. He was just annoying.
I give you number 3. This is the player who a team gave him a nice size contract, and he said that he came to feed his family with that, and then just really never played again.
Rodman? No, this
not Marbury.
Nah, and he has He had braids going to the back.
Freewell?
Delonte?
Freewell.
Oh, I forgot about Latrell.
Number 1, it was Chris. Your team drafted him.
I mean, we drafted a lot of people, man.
Yeah, he was a star. He was drafted as a star. He came up number 2 rookie of the year next to
OJ Mayo.
Durant.
Oh, for PEDs.
OJ Mayo.
We didn't draft him. It was the T-Wolves. We drafted Kevin Love and did a trade, but that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, 164 games for Mayo. 86 games for Ron Artest and 60 for Spree.
What was the PED?
It was marijuana and painkillers.
First time he said it was like, oh, it was something in my drink. And I didn't know, like, they give you like energy drinks and stuff. He wasn't really paying attention. So that's the first suspension. But then he was a repeat offender, I think in Milwaukee. And after that he decided I don't want to play with Thought anyway. And he just disappeared. Never came back.
Yeah, he vanished.
Marijuana's a PED for real?
No, I don't think it was marijuana though. I mean, I'm sure that was in his system.
Painkiller?
Yeah, he admitted to smoking marijuana, using painkiller medications. Yeah.
Oh, drug abuse.
Okay. But it's a PED anyway. I look at PED as performance enhancements, but
yeah, that's pretty much what. Well, at least that was his first. His first infraction was some chemical that was in a. He claimed it was in an energy drink or like a sports drink, and it was on the banned substance list, and he didn't know or something like that. So, but then this happened. No, this is the second infraction was when he just got kicked out the league, and I think that was with what Kurt was referencing to. So.
But I'm saying painkillers is like you can't take painkillers, or is it the fact that he had an addiction?
It's probably something. It's probably an ingredient in there, not the painkiller itself, but probably an ingredient in there that they don't,
It's a bad.
It's a banned substance essentially. So not pain, not like, oh man, I took some Oxycontin, I'm banned. It was something like, it was probably something else, and it was probably used to treat pain. Probably was a painkiller. I don't know exactly what it was, but it could have, again, ingredient, passive or active.
That sounds
you can't have it
unless it was like giving him some uncompared and competitive advantage. I for an athlete who's probably gonna be in pain to get suspended, taken.
Well, a lot of times the PEDs is not really so much about like, oh, I could run faster or jump higher. It's really more so how fast I can heal. So you're healing faster than the rest of your peers, and then therefore like you have a competitive advantage because you don't feel tired, or you don't have those. The same thing for NFL. PEDs is more so about like.
But that's usually like a steroid or something. I don't know about no faster, strong like allows you to heal faster. What kind of painkiller does that?
No painkiller does that. It just kills the pain.
Yeah.
And they give them allegedly. Well, I'm thinking NFL, but Toradol, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's what it is.
All right, man. That's
sorry
cool,
for OJ
man.
Mayo.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not sorry, man. He decided he didn't want to play there no more, so he kept it. Yeah, kept it moving. So shout out to OJ Mayo. He was I think he was Mr. Basketball in California. Anywho.
Yeah, he was a highly touted draft pick, man.
But he was just too short. He if he was a little bit taller, I think he'd be okay. But he was too short for his skill set. But yeah, man, that's cool. I would have never thought. I would not ever thought about OJ Mayo. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he's kind of a forgotten piece in NBA history, man.
Well, it's just that doesn't happen often where you get banned for substances like that to where you just it's a year and a half. I mean, technically you don't be like, oh yeah, you're suspended, but technically, yeah, you are. So yeah, but cool. All right, well, this is it. Shout out to Kyle Kuzma for his, declining
Super Saiyan,
declining his option and making himself available to the market, free market. So go for that. Let us know how you feel about Draymond Green and his opting out of
why did your voice change every time? Okay.
Let us know how you feel about the Phoenix Suns.
You're just dragging this episode on now because I got to edit this video. That's what you're doing right now.
No, I'm not.
That's
I'm.
what
This
you're
is
doing.
this is
Yes,
my
you are.
this is my sign off. This is what I always do.
We ain't even talking about Freddie. Oh well, let's go.
Fred VanVleet.
Yeah, he also declined.
Oh, it's not. Cause he doesn't have any rings. Oh, I'm sorry, he only has one. So I mean, I guess that's
a big.
still
That's a big.
that doesn't not a big
He's a
deal.
big.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't talk about that. Anyways,
You forgot, Mr. Producer.
who forgot?
Yeah.
Who forgot? I mean, I was trying to be all conclude.
ESPN,
all,
You ain't bring this up.
I was trying to be all inclusive. I was trying to be
I
all
write the
inclusive.
notes. Mr. I know what goes on in this building, out this building.
I be trying my best to put y'all on, but you want to listen to Golden State news, so that's all that's important. So, that's cool though. Shout out to Fred VanVleet. You know what I mean? OG ain't going nowhere. They said they ain't moving him. So I thought y'all would want to know that too. They also talk about Bam possibly being traded for Dame. A bunch of stuff going on we didn't talk about. It's not newsworthy. But, again, let us know how you feel about Ja. I think that's important. Let us know what you think about this pod and the comments about, Kuminga for some reason being. Anyways, we're here. We're here every Wednesday. We're here every Wednesday. So shout out to Christian Braun because he got more time than Kuminga, and we'll see you next week. So until next weekend or next Wednesday. Catch y'all later, man. Deuces.
Hey, Kurt, we got to figure out how to do the deep fake with the voice, and then we just put a whole bunch of platitudes for the Golden State Warriors coming out of Chris.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know why y'all think. I don't know why y'all y'all think I hate the Warriors so much.
Man, listen, it's almost 1 a.m. over here, bro. I'll holler at y'all.
All right, man. I'll upload it, man. Catch y'all later, man.
I appreciate you, bro.
Good night, fellas.
Night.
All right, Kev.